So I'm going to make a ribollita, which is an Italian or a Tuscan soup. I'm going to be using this, which is celery. Okay, I bought this, which is a leek. This is Tuscan kale, really, really healthy for you. Okay, garlic, a red onion, but this is going to be afterwards. I'm going to use white onions in the actual thick soup that I make. Okay, I'm going to be using courgettes, or they call them zucchini over here, carrots. I've got cannellini beans, and I've got chopped tomatoes. Now this is something called thyme. It's a herb, and it makes the food smell and taste delicious. And this is called rosemary. Okay, this is another herb. I won't need all of that. I'm going to use that with quite a lot of olive oil. Okay, I'll use that, and I'll use some other flavorings in there to make the soup. And I'll show you at the end how they have it in Italy with bread. Okay. Hey guys, so I'm chopping up all the vegetables. I had to wash them. So this is the leek, and now I'm chopping up the celery. I had to wash them all, and just cutting them to roughly even sizes. Being careful not to chop my fingers off. Okay, so and then the last ones I'm going to cut are the onions and the Tuscan kale. I've got these carrots to chop as well. So the carrots will take longer to cook because they're firm. So they're quite solid. So onions, carrots, the leeks and the celery will go in together. And then later on I'll add, towards the end I'll add the courgettes. So they call them zucchini over here. And the kale I'll add towards the end. I'll put the rosemary and the thyme in earlier on so we can get some nice flavor in there. Okay, I'll see you for the next bit. So I don't cut myself, I'm gonna put the rest of the carrot on here, on the table board, and just use long, even motions like this to take the outside thing off, the skin off. Well, actually you can eat this outside layer. Sometimes people find it a little bit tough in their food, but you can actually eat it. There's nothing wrong with eating it. It's completely fine to eat. But for this recipe, I'm gonna take it off so it makes it a bit smoother. Okay? So we've prepped everything. We've got the celery and the leeks chopped up. I've got the rosemary and thyme. I've blended 1 tin of cannellini beans, and I'm going to use another tin whole, so I won't blend that. Got the tomatoes ready, the stock cubes, and then I'm going to chop the Tuscan kale up later, but we've got plenty of garlic, because Daddy likes garlic. Okay? Okay, so I've put the tin of tomatoes, all the vegetables, I've cooked them off with this rosemary and the thyme, and I've added vegetable stock cubes. So I'm going to let this cook for about 45 minutes before I add the beans. And the pureed cannellini beans, and then the whole cannellini beans. The Tuscan kale. Now I'll let that soak into the bread underneath, and then it's ready. A bit like the ratatouille you saw on TV. This is called a ribollita.